So, we are in this situation where we are paralyzed by our own attempts to secure the future. We are like a person who is so afraid of losing their breath that they hold it. And what happens when you hold your breath to save it? You turn purple, you gasp, you lose the very thing you were trying to keep. The only way to have breath is to let it go. You have to breathe out to breathe in. It is a fundamental rhythm of the universe. And this is exactly what we are afraid to do with our lives. We are afraid to breathe out. We are afraid to let go of the tiller. We want to freeze the moment, to wrap it in plastic and put it in the deep freeze so we can keep it forever. But life is fluid. Life is water. If you cup your hands and try to hold water, you can keep it for a while. But if you squeeze your fist to grasp it tightly, to possess it, it slips away completely. This brings us to the immense problem of time. You cannot talk about sailing without a destination without talking about time, because the destination is always in the future. And we have been hypnotized into believing that the future is more real, more important than the present. We are always preparing to live. We are never actually living. I remember a friend of mine, a very successful businessman, who told me, "Alan, I am working this hard so that one day I can retire to a cottage by the sea and just listen to the waves." And I looked at him and said, "But my dear fellow, you could go and listen to the waves now. You are working yourself into an early grave to buy the privilege of doing what a pauper can do for free." You see, we live in a state of chronic deferred gratification. We are like donkeys chasing a carrot dangling from a stick strapped to our own heads. We run, and the carrot is always just 2 feet ahead. Tomorrow, we say. When I get the degree. When I get the house. When the children grow up. Then I will be happy. Then I will really start to sail. But the future never comes. Have you realized that? It never, ever comes. When tomorrow arrives, it is always today. When you finally get to that destination you have been dreaming of, you will experience it in the only time you ever experience anything. Now. And if you have not practiced how to live in the now, if you have spent your whole life training yourself to look ahead, then when you arrive, you won't be there. You will already be looking at the next thing. You will be looking at the maintenance costs of the cottage. You will be worrying about the weather. You will be incapable of hearing the waves because your mind is still racing toward a horizon that does not exist. The art of sailing without a destination is the art of settling into the eternal now. And now is a funny thing. It is not a brief flash between the past and the future. It is everything. The past is a memory. It is a trail of wake behind the ship. It tells you where you have been, but it does not drive the ship. The wake does not drive the ship. And the future? The future is a projection, a guess, a fantasy. The only thing that is real, the only place where the wind actually blows, where the water actually wets the hull, is this moment. So, To sail without a destination is to plunge entirely into the reality of this moment. It is to look at the colour of the water right now, to feel the temperature of the breeze right now. And suddenly, when you do that, the anxiety drops away, because anxiety is always about the future. You cannot be anxious about the present moment. In the present moment, you are either handling the situation or you are not. There is no space for worry. There is only action or stillness. But here is the trick, and it is a devil of a trick. You cannot try to be in the present. As soon as you say, "I am going to practice being in the now," you have turned the now into a destination. You have turned it into a goal. You are saying, "I am not in the now, but I ought to be, so I will make an effort to get there." And now you are back in the trap. You are back to rowing against the current. You are like a person trying to smooth the water with a flat iron. You are trying to use your ego to get rid of your ego. It's like trying to bite your own teeth. It can't be done. So, what do we do? If we can't force it and we can't plan it, are we helpless? Well, let's look at how a ship actually finds its way when it has no fixed port. It navigates not by the map, but by the stars. The map is a symbol of the earth. It is a rigid, static abstraction. It says, "Go here, then go there." But the stars? The stars are the constants. They are the background. When you sail by the stars, you are orienting yourself to the vastness of the cosmos. You are finding your position relative to the whole. In our lives, sailing by the stars means trusting your own fundamental nature. It means trusting your intuition, your spontaneous intelligence, rather than your rigid plans. We have this idea that our conscious intelligence, the spotlight of our attention, is the only intelligence we have. We think we have to think everything through. But your conscious attention is a very tiny, narrow beam. It can only focus on one or two things at a time. Meanwhile, your body is performing millions of incredibly complex chemical reactions, digesting food, fighting off bacteria, regulating temperature, all without a single conscious thought from you. You are breathing without knowing how to breathe. You are seeing without knowing the optics of the eye. There is a vast, dark, silent intelligence at work within you. It is the same intelligence that grows the forests and moves the tides. And the art of sailing without a destination is learning to trust that intelligence to steer the ship. It feels like letting go. It feels like falling. And the sensation of falling is terrifying to the ego, because the ego wants to have its feet on the ground. But as I have said many times, the reality of life is that we are all falling. We are falling through space on a rock spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, orbiting a ball of fire. There is no ground. There is no safety. The only stability is in the falling itself. If you tense up when you fall, you get hurt. If you relax, if you learn to dive, then the falling becomes flying. So, the sailor who has no destination is not lost. He is simply the one who has realized that the sea is his home. He is not trying to cross the ocean to get to somewhere else. He is embracing the ocean. He knows that he cannot fall off the universe. He knows that wherever he winds up, he will still be here, in the center of existence. And this changes the quality of your action. When you work for the joy of the work, not just for the paycheck. When you speak to a friend, you are really with them, not thinking about what you need to do next. When you eat, you eat. When you sleep, you sleep. As the Zen masters say, when tired, sleep. When hungry, eat. It sounds simple, but it is the hardest thing in the world for a civilized person to do, because we are always trying to be somewhere else. We are always trying to get there. And the terrible cosmic joke, the one that makes the gods laugh until their sides ache, is that there is no there. We are already there. We are always here.